Remember when Madonna married Sean Penn and had one of the most volatile relationships in pop culture history? I do. It was 1985, Back to the Future premiered featuring Canadian Michael J. Fox. The Golden Girls charmed their way into living rooms everywhere. Cabbage Patch Kids were all the rage, and 24-year-old Sean Penn had weaseled his way onto the video set of one of music's hottest stars. 26-year-old Madonna was shooting her video for her newest single, Material Girl, when she spotted a guy in a leather jacket and sunglasses watching her from the corner. Once she realized it was the Sean Penn, she said she immediately had this fantasy that they were going to meet and fall in love and get married. By the summer, the pair were engaged, with Madonna saying he didn't even need to ask. She knew he was thinking it. She told Sean, "Whatever you're thinking, I'll say yes to." They celebrated their engagement by going to the 7-Eleven and buying a bunch of jawbreakers. Stars, just like us. But their path to marital bliss wasn't all sweet like candy. Sincerely, Mandy. Sean was arrested that July for allegedly attacking 2 journalists with a large rock while in Nashville working on At Close Range. The journalists claimed that they were hoping to get some quotes regarding Sean and Madonna's impending nuptials and a photo of the couple together, which is when they claimed Sean threatened them with the rock before throwing it at them. Madonna witnessed the whole incident but was dealing with issues of her own. Penthouse and Playboy had announced their intention to publish dozens of photos of the singer in the nude that were taken when she was in her early 20s. The magazine claimed that they would be publishing a 17-page spread, and while Madonna publicly shrugged it off, claiming that she had been a nude art model in her youth and it wasn't that big of a deal, privately she was reeling. The pair didn't let any of their legal woes get in the way of their big day. No, they did not. Madonna's birthday is on August 16th and Sean's is on the 17th, so they intended to say I do at the stroke of midnight right in between their 2 birthdays. But their families were not really into that, so they opted to have their wedding on the 16th, Madonna's birthday, at a private home of one of their friends in Malibu. They attempted to keep the details as locked down as possible. They were 2 of the biggest stars at the time, and the event was a hot ticket item for the media. Guests were called one by one with details, and event staff were given limited information at the 11th hour. Their desire to keep things top secret only made the press that much hungrier for information. Helicopters circled the venue as Sean shot his pistol at them before inscribing "F off," but the actual word, in the beach below. Andy Warhol commented that the event felt like Apocalypse Now, saying that it was the most exciting weekend of his life. And he wasn't the only big name in attendance. Cher showed up with her purple spiky hair and then boyfriend Joshua Dean on her arm. Christopher Walken, Martin Sheen, Crispin Glover, Keith Haring, Rosanna Arquette, Carrie Fisher, and Diane Keaton were also among the star-studded crowd. And of course, no 80s wedding would be complete without members of the Brat Pack: Tom Cruise, Rob Lowe, Judd Nelson, Charlie Sheen, and Emilio Estevez. Madonna walked down the aisle in a dress and bowler hat designed by Marlene Stewart, who had also designed the outfits for her Like a Virgin tour. Sean wore Versace. He bought his blushing bride a 1957 Thunderbird convertible, and they set up abodes on both coasts. Despite warnings from friends, the newlyweds announced that fall that they would be co-starring in a new film together, Shanghai Surprise. They started 1986 off in Hong Kong on set, where their working relationship was riddled with tension. Madonna's brother Christopher joined them and recalled hearing one particularly explosive fight where Sean yelled, "I'm the actor, you're not. You should forget about acting." But then we wouldn't have gotten a league of their own. Madonna fled the room to her brother in tears, where they locked Sean out. He was not pleased. The actor later admitted that he had been drinking his way through the shoot. While the pair would find moments of kindness towards each other, like the time Madonna gave Sean a puppy, their marriage was plagued by Sean's jealousy. Come April, Sean's temper would find him in trouble with the law once again. The couple were out at a nightclub in July when Sean attacked Madonna's friend David Walensky, punching him in the face. Sean accused David of trying to kiss his wife, and after hitting him in the face, he then struck David with a chair. The following February, in 1987, Sean was fined $1,700 and given a year of probation. He just couldn't stay out of trouble, though. He got busted for a DUI on Memorial Day and then assaulted an extra on the set of his film Colors. By July, the judge had ordered him to a 60-day sentence in county jail, along with at least 6 months of psychotherapy to deal with his violent behavior. She was like, "You're so talented. You don't have to act this way." Madonna, meanwhile, headed out on her European tour. Because, what else are you going to do when your husband's in jail? And so it's not surprising that she filed for divorce in December of that year, only to withdraw the papers 2 weeks later. Sean's violent temper rippled through their marriage as well. Rumors swirled that he was abusive towards his wife, with claims that one argument led to him tying Madonna to a chair and abusing her. Once she was able to convince Sean to set her free, she was able to call for help, but when police arrived, Sean claimed that Madonna had falsified the story as revenge for him being involved with an exotic dancer. 1988 proved to be a big year for Madonna. That August marked her 30th birthday. Her mother, Madonna Louise, had passed away at the age of 30 from breast cancer. She had outlived her mother and took those feelings to the studio, where she worked on her 4th studio album, Like a Prayer. It was also the year that she would encounter the Prince of Camelot himself, JFK Jr. The pair attempted to keep their affair a secret, attending social gatherings apart and meeting up afterwards. They would escape together for weekends at the Keep. He allegedly took Madonna to meet his mother, who gave her a frosty greeting and later warned her son to stay away from the singer. Jackie wasn't the only one who was hearing rumors about the affair, though. John once approached Sean at an event, and when he went to introduce himself, Sean said, "I know who you are. You owe me an apology." The next day, Madonna allegedly sent John a funeral wreath with white roses with a card that read, "Johnny, I heard about last night." Their affair ended after John believed that Madonna had leaked personal information to the press. She denied it, but he blew up at her. Madonna did not need another man with a bad temper in her life, nor did she need one who allowed his mother to control him. She was over it. And with her affair over, her marriage was pretty close behind. That November, she attended the opening night of Hurly Burly, a play that Sean was appearing in. Unsurprisingly, the pair fought. I wonder, what about? It was clear to everyone that they were no longer happy together. On January 5th, 1989, Madonna filed for divorce. All she wanted was to go back to her maiden name, keep her money and the house in New York. Sean kept his money and the house in Malibu. Sean later confessed that the end of their marriage was a relief. While it brought him closer to knowing what he actually wanted in life, the marriage itself was miserable. He couldn't remember a single conversation that he had had with Madonna during those 4 years, although he was drinking so heavily he didn't remember much of anything at all during those years. For her part, Madonna admitted that Sean had wanted a wife, someone who was more nurturing than she was prepared to be. She didn't want to conform to the conventional idea of how a woman should behave. Sean would go on to have 2 collabs with Robin Wright before marrying her in 1996. Their marriage lasted till 2010. He was then linked to Scarlett Johansson briefly before entering into a 2-year-long relationship with Charlize Theron. In 2014, he started dating Australian actress Leela George. She was 22, he was 54. They got married in 2020, but she filed for divorce a little over a year later. He has since been linked to Valeria Nikov. Their age gap is almost as big as I am old, but she's 30-ish, so I'll leave her alone. Madonna has had an extensive dating history after Sean, so here's like a quick highlight reel, which involved Warren Beatty, Vanilla Ice, Tupac, and Dennis Rodman. She then dated Carlos Leon, and the pair collabed on Daughter Lourdes in 1996. She started dating Guy Ritchie in 1999, and by August 2000, they had son Rocco. The pair were married in December of that year. They then divorced in 2008 after Madonna had an emotional affair with Alex Rodriguez. Then there were a handful of men under the age of 30 before being linked to former soccer player Akeem Morris, who is also under 30. Madonna is 67. She is still friends with Sean and has denied any of the abuse allegations that occurred during their relationship. Madonna also recently said that Sean was the love of her whole life. She might be a little bit too old for him now, though. So. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this one, if you did, please save it and share it with your friends. It really does help spread the good word of the cult. If there are any couples or pop culture things you want to hear about, please let me know in the comments. It helps. And don't forget to follow me over on the gram, the Tube of the U, just in case. Good day, and may the cult be with you.